Alright, for today's recipe, I'll be making a ratatouille. We're going to start off with your basic ingredients, which is 3 Roma tomatoes, 1 white onion, 1 orange bell pepper, 2 eggplants, 2 zucchini, and 2 yellow squash. They didn't have any yellow squash, so I settled for the green. Also, red wine vinegar. They didn't have any fresh thyme, so I just got thyme out my drawer. Some pepper, salt, basil, cloves of garlic, olive oil, and crushed tomatoes. All right, so the first step is you're going to preheat your oven to 375. Then while that's preheating, you're going to cut up your vegetables. So start off with the onion. Cut it in half. We're going to do a julienne cut. All right, next we're going to mince our garlic. What I like to do is I like to smash it first just to get all that flavor going, and it just comes out. It's a little bit easier to dice up when you're crushing it. So dice up the 6 cloves of garlic. It calls for like 4, but I like garlic, so we're gonna put 6 in there. Get that real nice. A lot of people like taking off the little hard part at the end, but you don't really feel it when you have it in sauce, so it doesn't really make a difference. You're gonna cut up your bell pepper. Always remove the sticker. You don't want that in your food. And we're gonna do a small dice again with the bell pepper. Make sure you get the seeds up. Alright, now we're going to start off by cutting into strips. Same with this one over here. It's a little bit thick, but I'll take care of that later. Ones that are a little bit thicker. Slice it out a bit one time. Use a little bit at a time. next step, you're going to want to cut up your basil. So what I like to do is get them all bunched up. Make sure you don't let any of them escape. So roll them up. Put them up real thin. Make sure you get every little bit of basil in there. Alright, next, you want to cut up your zucchini. So cut off the top, because you're not going to be using that. Just throw that in the trash. And cut the bottom slightly, because you don't want to waste too much. And then use the mandala. Make sure you be careful with this thing, because I haven't been once and almost lost a finger. So, you take your mandala, have a nice grip, and then you just do a little bit thicker. And you're going to do this with all the rest of your vegetables. Alright, next you're going to do pretty much the same thing with the eggplants you did with the zucchini. Chop off the top, top over here, slightly chop off the bottom. You ain't have to all that. And then, same thing. Next, you're going to do the same thing with the tomatoes. So, chop off the end slightly. Chop off this part. Take your mandala. Next, you're going to do the same thing with the green squash. So, cut off the end. Take your mandala and just go at it. Alright, next you want to add olive oil to a hot pan. I already added the olive oil, so we're just going to let this heat up just a little bit. First, to the sizzling pan, you're going to add your onions. I think I might have chopped up a little bit too much onions, but that's alright. Add your salt. Pepper. Let it cook for a little, let it soften up just a little. To aid with softening, just add a little bit of sugar because it kind of breaks down the onion. So once your onions become translucent, you want to add your bell peppers. And your garlic. Yeah, a little bit more salt and pepper. Alright, now that your garlic has become fragrant, you don't want to cook the garlic too long so it'll burn. Add your tomato sauce in there. Just a little bit of water. And then you add some sugar in there to cut out the bitterness, well, the acidity. just cut the heat down. Now I'm gonna add my thyme. Give that a little mix. All right, next, you're gonna add a little bit of red wine vinegar, not too much because you don't want it to be all acidic again. Just about that much should be fine. And give that a little mix. Red wine vinegar gives it a little bit more depth. Going to simmer this for about 2 more minutes. All right, now that our sauce is done, we're gonna take our immersion blender and blend it until smooth. All right, the next part is assembly. So first you're gonna put your sauce at the bottom of your pan. Make sure you get a nice little layer down there. And just like that. Now comes the annoying part. You gotta take these and go in a specific order. Normally do the tomato first. Then you gotta do this all around the pan. Get another one. Actually, first you want to start on the inside, then work your way out. Just keep it going. Next, we're gonna put olive oil on top. Just douse it in there just a little bit. Next, we're gonna douse a little olive oil on top. And now it's ready for the oven for about 30 to 45 minutes. It's been about 45 minutes. We just pull it out the oven. Now to assemble. So what I personally like to do is use this to shape it. It's not necessary, but I'm a little bit of an artist. So I'm gonna put that over here. Down on it, grab some of your sauce. There you have it, ratatouille.